Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing great. I'm having not too bad of a day. Excuse my lighting. It's just nice, like the less electronics I can be around right now is just relaxing. So I thought, you can hear me if you want to just listen or not. I want to thank my new subscribers for being here. One is an old new subscriber. Um, Doug Weiss, thanks for joining me. It'll be a pleasure getting to know you. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, um, I'm going to share a link to a video. Um, Robin's Hood slowed down the footage of the Georgia Guidestones, and then there's some other information in his video. I didn't timestamp anything, but there's a CIA, a guy that has interpreted scriptures and different old texts, ancient texts for the CIA, Israel News Live. Um, Robin has him saying that he knew about that before it happened because he's got the two different videos from when he went on vacation and when they got there, and exactly like there's at least an hour discrepancy. Like, so, but it's pretty interesting. And um with Robin's work, not just correlating things with scriptures, but he lives on the outskirts of Philadelphia, or in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States, America. Um, he this landscape in Philadelphia is really intricate. A lot of our like the White House or Pentagon or different things like the Vatican, and we all know like the symbology that is in a lot of these different places, but Philadelphia is jam packed, and it tells a story like you would not believe. Bear with Robin, give him a chance, and I'll guarantee you one thing: you're going to make a friend, an honest person with integrity, and really a guiding light in life. He's a strong man. You'll appreciate him. Um, yeah, that's the point right there. Please support his channel. I'm sure you'll appreciate this video that I'm going to share with you, and check out a lot of his other stuff. Uh, just like any of us, the thing about being an honest person with integrity and sharing information is if we get something wrong, we're going to get back on here and we're going to say, hey, we found this out is a little bit different, or my outlook changed on this because of this reason, that type of thing. That's what I appreciate about people that I would recommend. It's like I recommended Frank Shot Pearson yesterday. He's an awesome gentleman. He's got so much love in his heart. It even shames me at times, and I love everybody like that. So it's like, but if I'm having a bad day and he's like jovial, or it seems maybe if he's having not so good of a day, maybe I am. Maybe that's how our energies in this world um, go. But I don't know. There's times it seems lately, oh, I think that is my curtain flopping in the wind, but sorry once again. But anyway, he will brighten your day, and like Bruce Sees All has astronomy, has a music channel also. Frank Shot Pearson plays music and writes his own songs and poetry, and you just never know what these people are going to come up with. Well, Yeah, that's the same with Robin. I'm sure you'll appreciate them. If one video isn't to your liking, try another one. But I'll tell you one thing that he does know. There's people that started writing in the book of Gematria like me decades ago. I was 15. There's a guy named Stephen James Deshawn, SJD, um, that some people believe to be the head Luciferian gang stalker in the United States of America, and other people that have influence on other people's lives through with their ability to use force against ones that don't have the ability at this time. We have different abilities, but time is nearing. But so anyway, I'm going to be sharing a link to Robin's channel, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like him, you know. So you can't beat honest people that talk from their hearts. You know, it there's a whole different vibe about them, you know. First off, we rarely care. We care what people think, but not enough to stop us from our ultimate motive, you know. And that strength and drive with what you're doing in life when nobody can stop you type of feeling, that's what's needed more of in this world, you know. So, yeah. So, anyway, it's just a wonderful day. It's probably 80 out with the breeze. You really in lower humidity than lately. So that's been kind of nice. Just enjoying that. I haven't done my exercises yet, but I am going to. I got just some housework done this morning, and then Brucey's all live stream. That was really good. Where he was in the community or people on in the live stream, we were talking about the Georgia Guidestones and different things. Actually, so many things come up, especially like a lot of the sky watchers, and we know that things are. Oh, and then he mentioned too that the moon has been setting again low on the horizon in the southwest the last couple nights, and I've noticed that too. It's been really different, and it did that last month too, um, for a couple days, and then started coming up and going more to the west and overhead more than usual. It seemed to. Um, I think it's closer to us. I think the clock of the cosmos has been turned in such a way that when we're directly in line with the doorsteps of heaven, things are going to change. That's what I think. And then I was hearing on Israel News Live, and Robin's Hood had mentioned uh, the streets of gold being transparent streets of gold. And there's another way to look at that too, like the transparency of the golden people out here. We're like a river, we're like the streets of gold too, but I do believe in transparent streets of gold. I believe it as a quartz gold mixture that actually is a part of the firmament that, like a magnifying glass, that can be used like a telescope towards Earth. Just a theory. But what if, right? Like walking on the sea of glass, you know. That could be too walking on something that's super fragile, you know. Not for them, but I mean, meaning like people, if you're out here walking on people like the sea. and they're like glass, and you're just stomping around like a bull in a china cabinet type of thing, you know. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, my youngest son tried to call again, and he might have money in there. Um, if I knew what amount was in there and I could definitively pick up the phone, because this is somebody that, like, when his dog got shot because he did not listen to me. I mean, it wasn't the cost, it was like about near $600, and I had to hold the dog together for over an hour and a half before it got help. And I had blood all over me. It was crazy, but it was the care of the animal for months after that. And then just different things like from both my sons, like um well, actually my oldest one paid on his bill that he had called me, but the younger one is more concerned paying off his dad's debts that he owes than he does to somebody that's poorer, because his dad's place is worth more and he has more respect for him because he's a low vibing piece of crap like that. So there's that. And this was specifically for a person that is somewhat involved with my son. Best best wishes to you, you know. So anyway, I used to say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree unless it's planted on a hill, but even then, sometimes that apple seed reproduces a similar fruit. So that's the way that is. Charming till you take a bite and it's full of worms. So anyway, yeah, if something happens good with my kids in the future, I'll be the first one to know it. But I'm not going to like give and give and give and give and give and not have my own pleasures in life anymore to give to somebody else, because I'm not rich, you know. So anyway, and even taking time to talk to a freaking criminal that would disrupt my life and bust up my home and not even give a shit to fix it or pay. Go fuck yourself. I hope I made that clear. Anyway, so sorry to my subs for it's I'm not like airing my dirty laundry. I am living my life and speaking my mind, and I really don't care on that note who hears it or thinks what about that, you know, because uh, not at all, you know. So, yeah, there comes a time where a person definitely has to say, this is my life, and if somebody has enough control in my life to disrupt it, then they have too much control, you know. So cheers. That's when you have to distance yourself from people that, even if it's their language or you know, what they're saying or doing or whatever it is, if it puts me in the frame of mind, takes a second of my time, um, wants to inconvenience my life by giving me less while people take and never give, it's like, nah, forget it, you know. It's the same with the government. Why are we paying people when our communities do run themselves? We have localized governments. Why are we paying people to go outside of our country and do business as corporations, representing us as a corporation, not human beings? and making money off of us, hiding the money. There's absolutely none in the Federal Reserves, telling us we owe debt to China, still trading with China. It's just like Bruce Seasall got a Space Force t-shirt. The only place he could find it was China, you know. But it just makes absolutely no sense why somebody that would want to come in with communism in their own country would be allowed to even buy land or deal in our country with us at all. Not at all. I don't see that that's acceptable in any way, you know. And if people knew, excuse me, I gotta find my ashtray. Excuse me 1 minute. Oh, here we go. So, if people knew how closely involved all these countries actually were, and they sit and actually talk about their war plans to each other in front of each other, and they always have. Nothing's ever changed. The only thing they do, and that's something I believe Bruce had mentioned, um, it's not these government buildings or the people that have these talks in these forums. They're not the ones getting hurt. It's like we'll bomb your people and then they'll bomb our people. It's the people, the villages, the people that get raped and murdered in their homes and their homes blown up and stuff that are being hurt. It's none of these freaks that plan all this crap. They're not getting hurt, you know? Sure, they might sacrifice one here or there and say, well, this president was in the military, or you can bet your bottom dollar these people that have any kind of influence like that are not in the line of fire at all, ever. Their life is never in jeopardy. It's just like that, oh, what's his name, Zelensky, when this so-called baloney started over in his country, and there was a news reporter out there with her hair down, makeup on, and they're like getting shots for the camera, and they've got body armor suits and weaponry and whatever. If you're out there in a war, you're not sitting there with makeup on and your hair down posing for a picture, you know. It's like a friend of mine passed around a post that said if you see women with their, I mean, I know there's ones that do all this because I used to do my nails and whatever when I, like if I was working at the casino and stuff, whatever. But typically, if these women have their nails done every week and their hair and whatever, their children are going to suffer for it. So it's like they applaud. He said he applauds the women that don't need to get their hair and nails done every week because you know that their children are being taken care of. And in a sense, in a manner of speaking, that's very true because when I'm working in the garden, no, you do not have nails and you cannot do the things you need to do without a major inconvenience. That is foolish because you're not using all the muscles in even one little finger, and that's serious. There's three muscles that just make up the front side or the back side of the tip of your finger alone. Little tiny muscles that you don't use when you have nails. So anyway, that's the way that is. But yeah, and you can wear gloves when you do your dishes and all that. And, you know, it, yeah, it's nice to dress up and look pretty or feel good about yourself and that type of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying, but I think mothers, and you all know, you've probably gotten dressed up to go out, and like I got a sucker in my hair one time. Another time I had a gold hoop earring that was pulled out of my ear, and before I was going to go out, just the little things that moms go through, or like you're all dressed up, you think you feel great, but the kid's little baby towel is like just a foot away, but you can't grab it quick enough before that baby barfs on your best outfit. So you know what I mean. So yeah, yeah. I passed around a really cute little cartoon from, oh, probably the early 60s at least. It was a little thing about a, a baby goose was born in a duck's nest, and the duck daddy was taking care of his baby ducks, and all of a sudden this last one, this big one, was born, and he's pointing at his old lady like, you like cheated on me, and she's like, me? I didn't do no such thing. And this goose or swan, but it sounded like a goose, but I think it was supposed to be a baby swan, had or maybe goose, I don't know. Either way, I do know the difference, but the cartoon looked a little different. I draw swans and geese pretty good, birds pretty well. Well, anyway, um this little goose was born, and nobody wanted him. They wouldn't feed him. And he tried to jump on the mother duck's back, and all the baby ducks quacked, and he honked, and she threw him off into the water. So then he went over to a decoy, and he jumped on its back a couple times. So he was really happy till he got in front, and the decoy started bobbing its head, and it kept pushing him down under the water, and he freaked out and headed up towards land. Then he's in by a blue jay nest, and he got a worm from the mama blue jay, but she saw it was a little goose instead, and she took it back, and it kind of snapped him, and he like ended up, he was just like crying on the shore of this pond, this poor little chicky thing. And all of a sudden, ones that looked just like him and a mama swam in there. And he's still crying. He didn't really see him at first. And all the little ones came up kind of and got him. And they all swam up by the mom, and the mom put her wing around him, and they all swam off together. So it was like cool. But it was so sad, that poor little thing. I thought that's what it feels like being adopted. you know, that, and my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, like that little cartoon. It's on my Facebook if you want to see it. It's pretty cute. So, yeah. That's about it for today. I think I still, yeah, have to do my exercises. I'll get this uploaded. I'm going to get that link to Robin's Hood. He used to do, as far as his phone would go, would be 33 minutes, and people would always get on his case about things, you know. But then he'd just start pouring them out at these troll like agents out there, and then he started really time stamping a lot of stuff to prove stuff in other people's videos. And let's just say, like some of us, he's had a really hard time trying to communicate with people that are keeping a lot of the truth from us, and they know it. And they also know that we're showing it to them because we're digging it up with God's grace. God's helping us reveal everything with or without their help. So they really would be better off helping us all, the sooner the better, because when we struggle, God has sorrow. So that wouldn't be very smart of them to keep anything from anybody. But that's entirely up to them. And we'll keep continuing bringing the truth to everybody, and that's what we do. And we do it well. That's all we do. And we do it well. So thank you all for feeling the same way and being here. And I hope you enjoy my friend's channel. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.